Hey everyone, Jane Cormack here. I'm sitting outside my garden in nature. It's a very mild day here in Scotland. And I came outside because it's actually warmer outside than it is on the inside. So I wanted to shoot a video today about on the subject of value and valuing the feminine. This is something that's been very present in things I've been creating recently. I'm going to be doing some talks around my book, Language of the Feminine, Awaken the Source of Your Creative, Intuitive, and Sensual Self. And this element of value really emerged in my writings. And it's something that I want to share with you right away before I even go and do all that stuff. And I thought, well, it's very apt to come out into nature so that you can enjoy the environment as well and see all the trees, hear the sounds of the birds, and maybe some traffic in the background as well. So coming back to value, and this connection between what we value in ourselves and what society and culture has valued. So in our culture, and when I'm talking about culture, I'm talking about more the Western cultures, the feminine and all that represents the feminine, which is intuition, chaos, flow, wildness, connection to nature, non-logical ways of being or seeing things, deep connection to the earth, love, compassion, connection with each other, all these elements that represent the feminine essence, the feminine energy or element, have not been as valued in our culture generally as all that represents the masculine qualities, which are, for examples, linearity, linear thinking, structure, logic, mind-based analysis, thought, leadership, foundation, home, money, all these elements kind of represent the more masculine energies, the more masculine ways of being in the world. And through our history, this feminine element has not been as valued as the masculine. It's not been seen to be as important or as needed or as, well, those two words, important or needed, kind of cover it. And that kind of reflects on the way women feel about themselves. So just to stop there for a minute, the feminine and masculine exist within everything, all beings, men and women. So it's not just a female, as in you're in a female body, so it's a feminine thing. But women, because they're in the female form, have been affected by this. I would say possibly more than men. But it's also that feminine quality within men as well that is not been valued. And you can see it in the way that in our culture, it's not been okay for men to cry or to show their softness or to show their intuitive side or all those aspects that represent that feminine quality. And in women, those aspects come, very naturally. And yet this contributes to this sense of not valuing ourselves. So a lot of this doubt or low self-worth, lack of self-worth in our culture can be connected to the fact that our culture doesn't value those elements that are very natural to our being, very natural to who we are. And so I want to bring this awareness and value and respect and even reverence back to this feminine quality that is so needed in our world right now. Our world is so much in need of healthy masculine and feminine qualities. But the feminine qualities, which are our compassion, our guidance, our listening, our connectivity to the world, to this language that I talk about in my book called The Language of the World. It's how we speak and communicate with our surroundings and with nature. And we do that all the time. We have the ability to notice and feel our connection to the ecosystem of life because we are part of this ecosystem. And this non-valuing of the feminine qualities is affecting the way that we treat or appreciate or care for our environment, for the planet, the way that we value or not value, treat and care for ourselves and our relationships with other people. So, and the way we do business, it has the effect on every level. So in my conversations, in my talks, it's part of my intention to bring back the value to the parts that are often called like woo-woo. I hate that word, actually. That's a strong statement, but you know, I think it's a little bit of a derogatory word, actually, to say, oh, that's woo-woo. And yet at the same time, I understand what that means, because things can be, you know, too far in one direction where it's not grounded or rooted in the earth, and it's that kind of languaging of it, it's woo-woo. But there are a lot of things called woo-woo that are actually just not woo-woo. They are a part of who we naturally are. They're part of our primal being. And we need to learn to appreciate and value, respect, and revere those parts of ourselves, to speak about them, to share our experiences of, you know, connecting to the language of the world. And that's part of the reason I wrote this book. You know, it's an intrinsic part of who I am, and my way of communicating and connecting to the world. And it can help you or other people understand this language and our connection to the ecosystem of life, to cultivate that stronger sense of belonging, of feeling home, of community, of self-respect, and to really honor the part the feminine brings and needs to bring to life and to the world. So I'd love to hear your comments and opinions around valuing the feminine, where it hasn't been valued, where that affects you in the way that you value or don't value the parts of yourselves that represent or are feminine, man or woman. So I'd love to hear from both men and women on this, actually, because this is an element that we need to infuse back into. My hair keeps getting my face. I've got these headphones on, so it's kind of hard to arrange myself here. Yes, this infusion of the feminine needs to happen on all spheres of our world, all spheres of our life, in a grounded way, in a way that we can actually use and appreciate and experience and teach other people as well. And part of that is starting to value those elements of yourself that are wild or chaotic or Kali or fiery or flow or soft, vulnerable, intuitive, psychic. All those parts are important parts of who we are, and we need to own them. We need to own them and value them, respect them, and bring that back to the way that we live our lives, in every sphere of life. So if you like this video, if you like the subject, then please do comment, please share this video with your friends, start a conversation. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to get a free chapter of my book to learn more about this language of the world and language of the feminine that I talk about, then you can go to my website, janecormack.com, and sign up and get a free chapter from the book that you can instantly download that and start reading right away. And I'll also be doing some author talks and book signings here in Scotland in June. At the end of June, I've got 3 coming up. On the 15th of June in North Berwick, on the 21st, on the solstice, that's going to be in Neil's Yard in the centre of Edinburgh, and a date yet to be confirmed in Biggar, which is south of Edinburgh. So look out for that on my website as well. And it's an interactive presentation where you can come and ask questions, and you'll be guided through meditation, and I'll be doing some book readings as well. So have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.